How are Joseph Smith and Charles Darwin connected? Well, it has to do with natural selection and social Darwinism. Darwin is arguably
one of the most influential scientists and intellectuals in history,
mainly due to his theory of natural selection. That is the theory that those who survive and thrive are the ones who best adapt to their environment and therefore thrive and survive long enough to pass on these superior traits, while weaker or ill-suited traits die out. Now, in the minds of many, this successfully shifted the origin of man from being designed after God's image and therefore having an inherent obligation to strive to emulate God, to simply being this product of evolution, no different than anything else in the animal kingdom, and therefore not constrained by any moral compass. So from this concept stem the theories of survival of the fittest and social Darwinism, in which the explanations for adaptation in animals were applied to humans. Now, the theory of natural selection makes great sense in animals, but when you apply that to humans, the result is this belief that certain people become powerful because they are inherently superior. It becomes very easy to justify segregation and discrimination under this umbrella of survival of the fittest, or to use scriptural language, that every man fares in this life according to the management of the creature. Therefore, every man prospers according to his own genius, and that every man conquers according to his own strength, and whatsoever a man does is no crime. The consequence of social Darwinism often justified and even promoted such evils as imperialism,
slavery,
eugenics, and on. And it took like 150 years to kind of beat these theories back into submission. And they're not totally conquered, but we made a lot of progress. Now contrast this to the Book of Mormon. Okay, we're now in chapter 30. Prophet Alma is having this debate with an antichrist named Korihor. And Korihor argues in favor of survival of the fittest and social Darwinism, while Alma rejects them on religious grounds and warns of the dangers that stem from this kind of belief. Now keep in mind that Darwin, one of the most influential scientists in history, had to sail halfway around the world, perform hundreds of experiments, and wrote thousands of pages over a 20-year period to refine his ideas. Now in comparison, what is more likely? That Joseph Smith, this 22, 23-year-old farm boy with a third-grade education, none of the travel, none of the experience, none of the education at Darwin, whilst Joseph is dictating this fictitious book off the top of his head while he looks at some rocks and a hat, in just a matter of seconds and verses comes up with both the concept of survival of the fittest and social Darwinism and the religious reasoning to refute it. He articulated it in a persuasive manner and wove it into this religious narrative that promotes faith in and devotion to Jesus Christ, all decades before Darwin released any of his data, or that God forewarned us through prophets of the horrific consequences of these dangerous ideas that modern minds had not even thought up yet. The Book of Mormon is true. It will teach you how to discern truth from lies. It will bring you closer to our Savior and Redeemer, Jesus Christ. And that is the outcome that will change the world.